today we're going to discuss the 4 best ad strategies that will work for you as an online business owner, especially if you run an online fitness coaching program. Now, the reason I'm making this video is twofold. One, the fitness industry seems to be really behind in being able to use advertising to generate customers, which has led most online fitness coaches to just get in this hamster wheel of creating content, messaging people, doing outreach, which was cool back in the day when the platforms had a massive amount of reach and, posting content would reach new and new people all the time. Now the platforms are super competitive. It's one of the reasons why coaches don't grow is that they don't understand how to use paid advertising, how to generate leads on demand, and how to make their business run smoothly. Because if you are organic, even if you are doing well organic, you will have months where things go really well and you will have months where things go quite poorly because you are based on the algorithm. If the algorithm changes and your content plan isn't changed to match immediately, you will start to see drop-offs in performance. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like it. The second thing is that paid ads is such a huge topic and is different across different industries. And what one person says about ads can be completely correct for their audience, but it might not work for you specifically as an online fitness coach. And after being involved in lots of different businesses and growing my own fitness business and then this coaching business, there are funnels that I would use for this business, coaching coaches and helping people grow their businesses, that I wouldn't necessarily use for getting fitness clients because it just wouldn't work as well, or it wouldn't be the right strategy to use. So I'm going to go over the 4 best ones that you can use in your fitness business in order to get more clients, make more money, and just make everything a little bit easier and simpler. So the first campaign I'm going to talk to you about is the easiest campaign to get started. And that's something that we call follower ads. Okay. This is a very simple process that you can start for little money down. Okay. Some of the later things that I'm going to talk about will require a bit more investment. Okay. So the reason why we always look at follower ads first, and it's the main campaign that we would run with all of our clients, is because you can get started on as little as £5 a day. So for £150 a month, you can generate leads coming into your business that will potentially buy your products, and you're not left to be posting more content, following people, unfollowing people, and all of that jazz. Okay. So follower ads are the best thing to start. Now, the way that follower ads work is this isn't an ad system where you're going to get direct ROI. It's not something where you're going to be able to go, okay, well, I spent X and then these people came in and bought. What you are doing with follower ads, it is traffic, okay? It is building up your profile so that the things that you are doing organically will work better because there's a flow of fresh people coming through them. You'll understand this if you've ever done I'm looking for 5 people post. So I'm looking for 5 men that want to lose 20 kilos in the next 6 months. DM me the word 20 if you're interested or whatever. I've made that off the top of my head. But the first time you run that to a fresh audience, you will get lots of leads because your audience has never seen that before. It's the first time you've made the offer in that way, and therefore you're going to get the biggest amount of leads you'll probably ever get is the first time you do it. Now, if you don't have fresh audience coming in, if your account isn't growing, if you don't have fresh leads coming in, every time you run that, it will get less and less effective until everyone in your audience has either seen it and decided to buy, or your audience has seen it and decided that it's not really the right thing for them and they don't want to do it. So if you don't continually grow your audience, giving out your lead magnets, if your audience isn't growing, if you've not got new followers coming in, every time you offer a lead magnet, the people will take it that want it and the people that don't want it won't take it. So then every time you use that lead magnet, again, it's going to get less and less effective because there's less people that, the people that wanted it have already got it. The people that didn't want it have seen it again and they still don't want it because they didn't want it in the first place. So what follower ads do is they drive new, fresh people into your account to keep those things working. And obviously, as you spend a little bit more money on it, they work even better because there's a massive amount of leads going through. The way that you do that is quite simple. You just post good value content. There's certain scripts and formats that we know work better, but it's a bit out of the scope of this video. Basically, you will take your high value content, the bit that talks to your specific audience, solves specific problems for them. You will go on Instagram on your laptop or your desktop. And it's very simple. You just click boost the post. You can click suggested audience if you've got an audience of like 5,000 or a couple of thousand people or more. If not, you just have to do some targeting, which is more around like either men or women, age ranges, stuff like that. You can select the kind of people that you want to work with. You can set your budget, like I said, anywhere between £5 and £10 a day, and then you would set it off. And what you should be looking at for a fitness program is you should be looking at getting like 50p a follower. You get anywhere from like 30 to 50p a follower. If you're looking for a very specific person, you can get up to £1 a follower. But that means that every day, even if you're spending like £10, you should be getting at least 10 to 30 new followers every day who are your target market onto your account, which is going to allow those other things to move forward. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that sounds great. Can I not just do that? Do I need anything else? And the answer is, you don't technically need anything else. You could do that, but there will become a point where spending more money on that funnel will become inefficient, okay? And we usually find that that happens around the 100 followers a day mark. Once you're spending 100 followers a day, you're probably spending around 30 to 50 pounds a day on those ads. That's when that kind of process is maxed out, because Instagram won't let you message any more people than 100 a day anyway. So you're just going to be spending for people to come into your audience and you're not even going to be able to talk to them. And when you're spending 30 to 50 pound a day, the second campaign that we look at comes into play. Actually, campaign 2 and 3 come into play. They both come in at around 30 to 50 pound a day. So the reason why we wouldn't run these ads earlier, even though they do work and they are good for coaches to get clients, is that a lot of people don't have that 30 to 50 pound budget to spend right away. So you have to build yourself up into it. You have to pick the right ad strategy at the right time. But when you're in the 30 to 50 pound a day range and above, you can then move into these other two processes. So the second campaign, but the first of this like mid-tier that I'm going to talk about is DM ads. Okay, so Instagram DM ads. Now there's two kind of ads that we run, but I'll basically talk you through the overall premise. The first thing that happens is you set the ad up, okay, and somebody will see the ad in the story placements on Instagram, which is where a lot of people see a lot of content nowadays. They will click a button, it will take them into your inbox, and then they will send you a keyword. You will then be able to talk to them, or your setter will be able to talk to them, qualify them as a lead, and then book them onto your calendar, okay? There are two slight variations of campaigns that we run with this. The first one is a direct campaign. So that is somebody that's applying directly for your service. So the ad will be more like direct, like if you are this person, you're struggling with this, these are the results that I can get. This is what my program looks like. DM me the word shred if you want to get shredded in the next 90 days. So that's directly about the program. Okay. That's the first kind of ad that we'd run. And if that works really well, you don't really need anything else, because if you've got direct leads coming into your inbox asking about your program, as long as the numbers work, which you should be looking at like 10 to 20 pound a DM, then you're in a good spot, okay? We usually shoot for 10, and we usually shoot for setting onto a call at least 1 in 5. So you're looking at between, £50 a call, ideally. You can get as high as 100 and still make it work, but it depends on the price of your program. The second thing we can do if we want cheaper messages and higher volume, and if the direct ads are maybe like not bringing in the right kind of leads, we can look at an indirect ad. So that's where they'd message you for either a free training or a lead magnet. They would obviously click the link, they would message you the keyword to get the training and the lead magnet, and then you would speak to them, find out if they do truly just need the lead magnet or do truly just need the training, or if your one-to-one program would be a better suit for them. If the one-to-one program is better suited to them for where they're at, the budget, the things that they need, the level of urgency that they've got, then you would set them onto a call. Now, this is usually similar, okay, to the other funnel, to the direct funnel. You would expect twice as many leads, but you would also expect half the amount of sets. So the numbers kind of end up being the same. So this is why we always just test both and we see which one is the best for the kind of client's audience, because both of them can work. One's a bit more messaging, but the ad's a little bit easier to get right. The other one, the ad's a little bit trickier to get right, but then once they come in the leads and they're ready to be set onto calls. So kind of pick your poison with those. We generally just test them both. That's quite a simple process and something that you're probably used to, as it's kind of just like turning your Instagram up to 11. So that campaign will work with every coach. Okay. I've not worked with a coach that can't get DM ads to work. It works for every niche and every process. However, there are some fitness businesses that work very, very well with option 3, which is a group funnel. Okay. And this is where you will offer a lead magnet in an ad. They will click to get the lead magnet, and the landing page, which is basically the website they get sent to, will tell them that the lead magnet is inside a group. Okay. Some kind of group set up, either a Facebook group. We use School for ours. There's Mighty Networks, there's Discord, there's all kinds of groups that you can do. The idea is you funnel them into a group. The point of this is If you've got a program that the clients are highly community based, so say for example, it's 35 plus yo-yo dieting women, that niche works really well in building a community. If you're working with 45 plus CEOs that don't really want to answer the phone and definitely don't want any more bother, they're probably not going to work very well for a group. So when somebody comes in, they can work extremely well if you've got the right audience, okay? But they can work quite poorly if you've not got the right audience. But I'll walk you through the process anyway. So they join the group, they answer group questions. The group questions are like, are you the client avatar? Yes. What are you struggling with the most? And then the third question is, do you want somebody to reach out about how you could work with us one-to-one? Now, a portion of those people are going to say yes, you would reach out to them, you would set them. But what it does for the people that don't say that is it puts them into the group, and then you can keep delivering content inside the group. You can do direct offers, you can do lives, you can do webinars, you can, give out further lead magnets. You can just talk to the people in the group. So you can create this community where you're putting content in and it's growing and growing and growing. And as they join the community, you will also register their email address as well. So you're building your email list. So that's another funnel that works really well. Again, it's just a bit more work with the content and it's a bit more work with the messaging, but it still works fine. Now, again, those two can both scale well over 100 grand a month. Okay. And actually it only really stops working when you've got like too many people doing the messaging. So say, for example, you were spending £1,000 a day on lead magnet, Instagram DM ads, you'd probably be getting 250 messages, 300 messages a day. That can become quite a job for somebody to keep messaging. That can become quite a job for actually 2 people or even 3 people, to the point where you'll have a team and you'll be like, I don't really want any more sales staff having to do outreach and do messaging and stuff like that. But again, that usually breaks at like 100, 200 grand a month. So like you could get as far as you want on these, but I'll talk about the last one anyway, because I know that you'll hear about it. The last ad campaign is a VSL. Okay, a video sales letter. Now, this is the holy grail of what businesses want to crack, because it's the simplest process to run. It's just the hardest one to get right. There's very little room for error. So a VSL ad works like this. They see the ad about your program, small 30-second, 90-second ad. They go onto a landing page. They either fill in the details or you don't. You just show them the video. And then there's a 10 to 15 minute video about you, about your history, about your program, about what makes it different, about the results you get. They watch the 15-minute video and then they book on a call. Okay, there's a button underneath the video and you do a call to action. The video says book a call, join the program, blah, blah, blah. You can imagine how simple a process that is if you get it right. Okay, now the problem becomes getting it right. If you're going to run that funnel, you need a good budget to start with, because these are direct leads on your calendar. So let's say, for example, you are looking at your target of being £50 a call. If you don't spend at least £50 a day, you are going to get 0 out of that funnel. More than likely, you're going to have to spend 100, 150, even £200 a day to get that funnel to work, which then means you're looking at spending, £3,000 to £6,000 on getting that. If you're only, making £10,000 and £20,000 in your business, that funnel is not going to be for you. Okay. You have to have, if your program's $2,000, you're probably going to need about 10 grand to burn through that, to get that video right, to keep testing, to keep optimizing, because that is a 15-minute piece of copy that you're then going to film. So to get that funnel to work, when it does work, it's probably one of the best assets your business can ever have. But lots of businesses actually don't crack it and they settle for another funnel because they're testing and they're testing and testing and they can't get it to work. Some businesses do get it to work, and those are the businesses that scale into the hundreds of thousands, even millions a month. Okay, so it's probably not something that you'll ever run early doors unless you've got a great copywriter that understands the market really well and you've got experience running ads and you've got the mentality to run that kind of budget. But it's something that you'll hear about. It's something that people may advise you to do. And that's just my experience of the VSL funnel, is that for most fitness coaches, if you're under 100 grand a month, it's probably not the best funnel. Again, if you've got a very, very good copywriter and you've got 15 grand budget to spend, then knock yourself out. But for most people, there's going to be easier paths to get above that point before then maybe going to a VSL later down the line. So those are 4 separate ad strategies that we can run now. If you're interested in doing this for your business, there's a couple of caveats. First of all, follow a funnel. We can teach you that in any kind of program that we've got. We start that from 0. So if you want to learn how to do that, you can just click the link below and you can book in a call with us. However, if you are making over £5,000 a month as a coach, what we can do for you as a business, we can select the right funnel for you. We can set up all the copy, all the templates, get the ad funnel set up, and we can actually hire and train and place an appointment setter into your business that can handle the leads and convert them into sales calls. If that happens very quickly, we can also hire and train you a closer to actually take those sales calls, convert them into clients, leaving you with a scalable business that actually gives you a lot of freedom. So I'm going to put 2 links in the description below. One of them is going to be for Launch, which is our program if you're under £5,000 a month. That's going to teach you how to do the follower funnel, how to set everything up, how to do the content, give you the scripts, all that stuff. However, if you're over £5,000 a month, I'm going to put a second link. That's to work directly with me and my executive team on setting this out. So my hiring manager will go out and hire those people. My ads manager will set up the ads for you, and I will manage your account. Okay. So if you want to have a chat about that and see what that looks like, just click the link below, book in a call. But hopefully, if that's not for you or it's not the right time, hopefully the video gives you a really good idea about what kind of ads you can run and how you can run them.